Wait, do you have his speech?
Yeah, you want the transcript or you want the audio?
Read some of the transcript for us.
I'll start at the beginning. God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now, and I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees or anyone in this room because we share the same love, the love of film.
Lie. I mean, it's a lie. I just won a thing. I don't feel elevated. How not? You won. This is the problem. People can tell these people are full of shit immediately. Yeah. I don't feel elevated. No, the people that aren't elevated are in their seats. You've been elevated. It doesn't matter how you feel. It's again the feeling stuff.
And this form of expression has given me the most extraordinary life. I don't know what I'd be without it. But I
know. I've got a pretty good idea of what you'd be. You'd be in a bar, somewhere getting hammered. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a good idea, Joaquin, of where you'd be. Nothing good.
But I think the greatest gift that has given me, the greatest gift that it's given me and many of us in this room is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless.
Right. Yeah. And we say who they are. And we choose who are the voiceless. How great is that? How great is calling large swaths of the American public voiceless? They have voices. They're using them all the time on things. Then you shut them down on social media. They use their voice and you go, you're a Nazi, and you take their account away half the time. A voice for the voiceless. Who are these voiceless people? All I'm inundated with all day is people's voices. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, nobody shuts the fuck up. There's nobody in this country without a voice unless they literally don't have a voice. Unless they literally had their throat removed with cancer, there's nobody that doesn't have a voice. In fact, I think people's voices are a little too loud. The voiceless. That shit might have worked 10 years ago. There's no one who's voiceless anymore. Bill Cosby's tweeting from a prison cell at Snoop Dogg. Who is voice? And I mean, and I know that he's using it as like, an expression to mean people that don't have the political power and economic power that he does. But words mean things. And when you start saying that people are voiceless and that you need to speak for these voiceless people, again, you've set up this entire thing that's wrong. It's completely wrong. You go, I am here to speak for the voiceless. Who appointed you to speak for the voiceless? Because you won a trophy? Because you pretended to be the Joker? Why isn't it a scientist who speaks for the voiceless, or a doctor, or a philosopher? Why in God's name is it you? Who made you the fucking standard bearer? Keep going.
I've been thinking a lot about some of the distressing issues that we are facing collectively.
Oh, good. That's when you're watching and you're like, oh, good.
I think at times we feel, or we're made to feel.
Here's how good he was at Joker. This is how good of an actor he is. I know that's not true. I know that you're not spending a ton of time thinking about these issues because you did a phenomenal job in that fucking movie. And you can. Serena Williams and Venus, you just can't spend, Serena Williams is not sitting around thinking about trade. It's not happening. I'm telling you right now. Venus Williams, whichever one's still relevant, fuck off. I don't care. No, it's the other one. Shut up. They're both fine. The point is this. I'll beat both of them. I was at, my grandfather used to play tennis in Muttontown, Long Island. Perhaps you've heard of it. He had a tennis court on his property, okay? And I would play tennis too, okay? In a classy way.
I think at times we feel, or we're made to feel, that we champion different causes. But for me, I see commonality. I think whether we're talking about gender inequality or racism or queer rights or indigenous rights or animal rights, we're talking about the fight against injustice. We're talking about the fight against the belief that one nation, one people, one race, one gender, or one species has the right to dominate, control, and use and exploit another with impunity. I think we've become very disconnected from the natural world, and many of us, we're guilty of.
Hey, Joaquin, guess who's suspect number one? Who's been a little disconnected from the natural world. Now he's going to talk, by the way, this flows in. This is what I love. The disconnected from the natural world will now flow into how no one's supposed to eat animals. What have you ever seen? Have you watched any nature documentary ever? Any show ever on nature? Nobody in the natural world is handing each other trophies. There's no bear getting up at a podium and going, I am a voice for the voiceless. I am here to give a voice for the, what are you even saying? The beginning of that is all like, Bard College, which is the Columbia School for Women, and I'm not saying that it's because they're women, but Bard College freshman year paper that was handed to him before he got on stage. Continue. There's many great women that are very smart in this country, by the way. I'm going to name 5. Barbara Bush, because she knew her husband was involved in the JFK assassination, she helped cover it up. I will tell you why. That's great. It's a great thing. She's a very smart woman. Tana Mogo. She's an Instagram influencer from Las Vegas who married Jake Paul in a fake wedding. And I'm a fan of her. I don't know why, but I stan her. I don't know why. I like her. She's got the big tits, the fake face, the fake lips. But there's something about her I like. There's something I like people that come out of Vegas. It just seems like everyone born in Vegas should die. So when someone makes it out of Vegas, I like it. And I like that she's selling us lip gloss and big tits. That's what we get. So I like her. So Barbara Bush, Tana, I don't know anyone else now, and I can't do the whole episode. I can't. It's going to take me 40 minutes to think of another.
I thought you were going to
3.
say Michelle Carter at some point.
No, because Michelle Carter just got lucky.
Yeah.
She just got lucky. She was a devious bitch who told her boyfriend to get back into that car. And after that documentary, I was over him, but I was over her, but I was over him. I'm over him. It's another good-looking guy who's like, I just want to die. And then she's like, die. I'm over him. I'm over his family. I'm over HBO giving documentaries to this horse shit when some white kid gets killed. Shut the fuck up. I mean, enough already. There's black people getting shot in a CVS. Give them a documentary. Who cares? I'm sick of this shit. It's a small town. Everything on Netflix and HBO is about a small town that's being eaten alive by something. Well, let it get eaten then. Enough. Sick of this shit. Michelle Carter. Where's my fucking special? You got specials on HBO where the trailer's like, I don't do stand-up. I just like driving around in a car. Yeah. Ugh. Go on.
What we're guilty of is an egocentric worldview, the belief that we're the center of the universe. We go into the natural world and we plunder it for its resources. We feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby.
How are the people in the developing world going to eat, Joaquin, without some fusion of science and agriculture? How are people in the third world going to eat, dummy? They can Postmates vegan avocado toast to their house like you probably do. And some terrified open mic comedian has to go past your gate and hand you something.
Okay.
Bernie Sanders should execute all of these people, and I will support him. Everyone knows that I'm a Tom Steyer guy. I stand Steyer. Steyer is the candidate to win, and I only say that because I don't know who he is, and I won't know. I won't know who Steyer is until I write his name in on the ballot in 2020. But if Bernie said, "Here's what we're going to do: we're going to rein in Wall Street. We're going to take all the CEOs out and shoot them in the face, and then we're going to go to Hollywood and we're going to shoot them in the face." And then we're going to give Tim Dillon a show on HBO and not some cunt who convinced her boyfriend to kill himself, because Tim Dillon's actually talented. Stop giving murderers all the airtime. Can we stop giving murderers all the airtime in this country now? You got to murder someone in a small town to get a show. Now, I'm sorry I didn't kill someone in a small American town. You know what I mean? Stephen Avery's had 9 seasons of a show because he raped and murdered people in a town, in a salvage yard. So he gets a show. But I can't get a show because I haven't done that. I haven't slit someone's throat with a carburetor in Wisconsin. I apologize. Because everyone wants to sit around and watch murder all day in a small town where people go, I'm so down and earthy, and it's just shook up the whole town. Continue. I apologize.
And when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. Then we take her milk.
These people are all for late-term abortion. They're all for late-term abortion. They're like, we stole the cow's baby. You don't mind if women take their baby and throw it out of the window at Cedars-Sinai because it gets in the way of a book that they're writing. Again, no consistency here. I would love if he got up on stage, grabbed the trophy and went, I love death. Thank you. And just walked off stage. I would clap and I'd go, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Consistency. I stand Steyer. Steyer stand.
Then we take her milk that's intended
Are
for
you
a calf.
in? That's Tom Steyer's logo. Are you in? It's like a bunch of 7th graders about to vandalize their gym, having a powwow. Are you in? It's literally the stupidest logo I've ever had. But he's for structural reform, which isn't real and doesn't. It's just a coupling of words I've always found hilarious. Structural reform. Oh, so it will also reform the structure of it. Good. Keep going. I apologize.
Then we take her milk that's intended for her calf and we put it in our coffee and our cereal. And I think we fear the idea of personal change because we think that we have to sacrifice something, to give something up. But human beings at our best are so inventive and creative and ingenious. And I think that when we use love and compassion as our guiding principles, we can create, develop, and implement systems of change that are beneficial to all sentient beings and the environment. Now, I have been a scoundrel in my life. I've been selfish. I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and I'm grateful that so many.
But now that's all over. That I'm a millionaire. My selfish ways are done now that I have all the money in the world. Right. Now that I've done amassing money with the selfishness, I've decided to be a great person. Chelsea Handler buys a house in Bel Air, calling that tiny Mexican guy on her show a nugget for 5 years, and then decides that she's Malcolm X when she has a house in Bel Air. It's nobody on the journey decides. Nobody has these revelations when they're broke, by the way. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Nobody has any of these revelations until they have a lot of money. Yeah, there's something about sitting in a pool every day and watching Netflix documentaries about murder that makes you feel pretty damn lucky. These people go, I'm pretty lucky. I don't live in Ferguson, Missouri. I'm pretty lucky. And then they start telling everybody what to do, and they start criticizing like, we steal the baby from the cow. We steal her baby. It's the most insane. We don't want to give up milk in our cereal. I've been a scoundrel.
I'm grateful that so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other.
And that's when we're at our best. We support me. We give me another chance. Because I've been horrible and abusive to people on sets, and I'm a dick. But I also am a genius. He's an amazing actor. So when I treat people like shit because I'm talented, which fine, there's some trade-off there. I'm very happy. We're at our best when we forget about the scoundrel that I've been for my entire life and career. We're at our best. That's when we're all at our best.
When we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow.
Right, Dad, and you know what that means. Hey, don't dig too deep on Joaquin. Don't dig too deep on Joaquin. I'm saying no more milk. I'm on the thing. I've been handed bullet points by a freshman at Columbia University to read here at the Oscars. Don't go looking back for the many moments where I was a scoundrel. None of the canceling. Let's start the process of giving me more work and money, because that's when we're at our best.
But when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other toward redemption, that is the best of humanity. When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow."
Man, did the wrong brother bite it? Did the wrong brother check out, huh? I'd love to have River back. He'd probably be saying the same shit, but I don't know, at least more poetically. I'm sorry. I mean, just enough already with these people. It's really, it's incredulous. Like, you watch it and it's not even funny anymore because they're so disconnected. Like, there was a period of time when it was funny when, like, Sean Penn would bring up, like, a Native American to accept the award from, and they would start yelling about something. It was kind of funny because you're like, yeah, these people were fucked over. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen now, but this is at least something. Now these people are just, so he ended it with his brother's lyric. How sweet.